And I think he mentioned Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, 2 very common names. And Zach LaVine, who's kind of the first name this season that seems to be totally out on his team.
And he wouldn't mind playing for the Kings. That's why he would welcome joining Sacramento. Again, remember, as we all probably know, LaVine signed a contract with Sacramento as an RFA, and then got matched by the Bulls.
Right.
So he stayed in Chicago because of it. So there's always kind of like, well, what if he comes back?
But
no, we're not. It just doesn't make sense. He's costs way too much. He won't fit the system. He's a great player. He's a multiple-time All-Star, but you just don't need him.
He's known as a ball chucker for a reason.
He's essentially, if you didn't have De'Aaron Fox, you would get LaVine. Yeah. But LaVine and Fox would be fighting for the ball way too much. Probably what's going on in Chicago with LaVine and DeRozan.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it makes no sense to go after LaVine, and I would be surprised if the Kings were even really looking at him that seriously. That's why I feel like if you're talking about any Chicago Bull to pursue, you got to pursue Alex
Lonzo
Caruso.
Ball.
When was the last time Lonzo Ball played?
I don't know. But yeah, Alex Caruso, man.
Because Alex Caruso, I mean, we're talking about, like, last week we were like, well, Keon Ellis has minutes over Davion right now, which really set up a conversation for what's the future plans for the Kings. And, I mean, if you are going to go with Keon Ellis over Davion, that doesn't necessarily mean that Keon is going to hold the backup point guard role all season. Could you really expect him to? All these things. Well, let's say you wanted to move on from Davion and go with and kind of think about Keon as that kind of future guy. Well, you wouldn't want to necessarily, if you're sacrificing the potential to have 2 guys battling it out for one spot where you have like the best at any given time doing it, you could have that stopgap guy essentially who would really be bolstering your roster. I think Caruso would be better than Davion or Keon at this very moment, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
No.
Caruso is the most disruptive and active defender in the league. I think he leads the league in deflections like every season. He's a better playmaker than Davion, and he's a better 3-point shooter than any of them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and you're talking about like, well, the Kings are trading for a star or something like that. Yeah. If you're gonna go after anybody, it seems like you could expend a couple 2nd-round picks just to get Caruso. I mean, they give up 2 2nd-round picks to get Duarte.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just like Caruso's in his early 30s. I think is he at the end of his contract?
Is
probably?
he?
Isn't he a little older?
I don't know.
I feel like we always get to this point.
Gotta look it up.
Is he? I thought he was 20.
Alex Caruso. He's in the league 6 years. He is.
Oh, then he's probably 28.
Yeah, he's 29. So, almost 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was all defensive last year. I don't know, 1st or 2nd team, sorry. But,
I feel like he's like one of those teams every year.
Yeah, no, he's a great defender. He's your 3-and-D guy. Yeah. He reminds me kind of a little bit of like a better Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
White guy. 6'4", 6'5".
Dog on defense.
Yeah, and you know, and is not a liability on offense.
No,
because it's like your defense is your bread and butter, but you can also play offense.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Caruso would be great. I don't know. Let me look at his contract. But I have heard that the Bulls know his worth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. I don't think 2 2nd-rounders will get him. He does have a lot of interest around the league right now because he is an all-defensive player and not a liability on offense, which is important. He's got a partial guaranteed contract next year.
How much is he making?
$10 million a year. Well, close to it, like 9.5, 9.8, and 10 million, close to 10 next year. I mean, he would be great.
Yeah.
10 million though. I mean, he's definitely a pricier bench piece.
Yeah.
A top end guy.
Well, Davion's a 1st-round pick, and so his contract goes up incrementally season by season, right?
That is true.
And he's making $8 million
probably
as a 1st-rounder.
Yeah.
So it's not that much of a difference.
That's
the Kings have a little bit of cap space to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean, if you switch up Davion him, I mean, it would clear up.
Yeah. And
they'd probably do it straight up. I mean, money-wise.
I think that'd be an upgrade. Like, big time.
Oh, it would be
not even just
upgrade.
for now. I feel like
Caruso would be... I mean, that's what the Kings need. I mean, I think of what every team needs. You need 2 stars. Kings got that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the guys, 3-and-D guys. Uh-huh. And maybe a Keegan Murray or like... Everyone calls it like the Aaron Gordon right now. 3-and-D, but can actually do a little more on offense too. Yeah. To like, he's kind of a 3rd star.
Yeah.
But like a guy who knows his role. I mean, the Kings, I think that's all they need. If Keegan Murray can develop into that Aaron Gordon, that third star, but still, like, let Fox and Sabonis run the show. Look what the Nuggets did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, who was Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray?
Yeah.
Are they second and third?
I mean, Jamal Murray played really well.
I mean, Jamal Murray is a really good player. And Michael Porter Jr. is great, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so is Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
So is De'Aaron Fox. So is Sabonis. So is Keegan Murray. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
You just get 3-and-D guys.
In terms of Caruso, too, it's like the other thing is, you talk about the energy off the bench is one of the biggest keys to anybody's bench. And you see energy from Monk, and you see energy even from Duarte. Caruso, night in and night out, would be another energy guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be if you have 3 good bench pieces that come off and give you some great energy, and even like Alex Len and JaVale McGee can come out and bring energy, hit or miss and depending on their impact. But it's like, you're really, really raising the electricity off the bench.
Man, imagine that bench. Caruso, Malik, and Trey Lyles.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
Can't forget Lyles. Lyles is a form of energy in his own because he's just so versatile and consistent.
Yeah.
He just goes out there and makes an instant impact in some manner. Yeah, that's a really good bench.
That would be a crazy bench. What if the Bulls are... I mean, I doubt it. But what if they say first rounder? I mean, you're not giving up a first rounder
for Caruso? Yeah, no chance. Like, that's why I was like thinking I'm like 3 seconds, maybe 2 in Davion.
Clutch Points is saying the Bulls have to land a first round pick for Caruso. And the problem too with Caruso, a first round pick is excessive, and I don't think the Kings should do that. But they're saying that the bidding war is going to be large, and so the highest bidder wins.
Someone will throw in a first round pick.
I think so.
Somebody will freaking do it.
The Kings, I don't think Caruso's the guy to throw a first round pick at. I like this. People also ask, is Alex Caruso still in the NBA?
Is Dante Exum still in the NBA?
Alex Caruso could fetch a similar trade return as Drew Holiday? Where? When?
Yeah, now you're talking about desperation. But anyways, the point of this is...
his salary is very friendly.
Caruso's?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely something you can squeeze in. I mean, exclude the bidding war that'll probably ensue with it. That'll probably drive up his value. The Kings could find a way to get him. He seems like not only just the perfect fit, but kind of a feasible option to actually pull off.
Mm-hmm.
But then that bidding war comes in and it gets a little difficult. But Caruso, if you're going to go after a Bull, not named Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen, go after Caruso.